Hey guys, this is Aaron from Willow Tree Pools. Wanted to show you guys our pool here. We'll do a little bit of an experiment today. We're gonna test something here, which I think is gonna work, but it might be horribly wrong. But we're gonna try it. Okay, so basically what I have here, I've got two measuring cups. These are going to represent our two pools, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to put distilled water, which I bought at the store, didn't have on me. That would have been cool though. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the distilled water, we're going to put it in these measuring cups, and what we're trying to demonstrate here is that algae can't grow without the presence of phosphates in the water. So you know, like in the summer when you're swimming in your pool and it's like completely covered in algae, and it's like, you know, alligators might be in there, you don't know what's under the water, like it's crazy. Well, the reason it's like that is because there's a bunch of phosphates in the water. Here you can see our pool is pretty stinking clear, and that's because we don't have a lot of phosphates because the chlorine has neutralized them. But without the presence of phosphates, algae can't grow. So we're going to demonstrate that here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy. I'm going to fill him up with water, distilled water. And we're going to fill both of these up to about 3.5 cups. Top of the 3.5 cup line. Okay, awesome. Alright, I'm gonna take this bad boy. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, that's good. Gosh. Alright. Awesome, there's some pretty gnarly algae right here. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so I'm going to scoop some of this out. if it'll let me scoop it. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this to our pool. Our miniature pool. Yeah. Alright. Oh, this is really weird. Alright. So I'm trying to get a decent amount of algae, which isn't really happening right now. Basically, if this was your pool, this is algae being introduced in the form of algae can be introduced in several different ways. It can be leaves, it can be, you know, it can be introduced from the wind, from dirt, just different ways can be introduced. So I'm going to introduce the algae into the cup. Okay, so we got both of our pools here. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to let them sit here. I'm going to record for you guys the progress of what it looks like over time. And we're going to demonstrate that the pool with algae, isn't going to bloom. It's not going to grow because this is distilled water. Again, distilled water means that it has no phosphates, nothing. It's literally just like H2O. And we're going to see what we got. And okay guys, so one thing I did want to do as well is to add a little bit more dirt and debris to the pool, because the pool right now is as you can see, I didn't really get like a whole lot of algae. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here. We're gonna take a little stroll here, a little jaunt. I'm gonna scoop up some grass. Hope mom's okay with this. Okay. We're gonna take this over here. So this is like algae on steroids. So we're gonna dump the steroids into the water, and that is gonna give me some decent algae, because what I had in there before, that was that literally was algae, but if we add some dirt to it like this, this is really gonna increase and kind of speed up the process. So I just want you to see that, like, without phosphates, there's no possible way that this is going to become algae. So now we'll be able to. By the way, guys, I want to let you know I did fix my hair. Okay, guys, so this is day 2 or 1, depending on how you think about it. Right. Okay, so you can see the label, how much I spent to this. Okay, so you can see the difference right here between these 2 cups. So not a lot of change right now. There hasn't been a whole lot of algae growth. We're going to keep an eye on this one particularly and see the differences. Obviously, there's a difference in the water. So yeah, that's day 1. Right, so we're here in the backyard. We're going to go over here. This is day number 8 in our little series. We got 2 things of water. So you can see that algae has indeed grown in the left one. So my theory was flawed in some regard. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some chlorine. We're going to take a little bit of chlorine powder. We're going to put it in this jar. We're going to see if that takes it away, because part of me wants to say that this is algae. The other part of me wants to say that it could be dirt. So in order to test which one it is, we're going to go ahead and put some chlorine powder in it, and we'll see what happens. Guys, so we're going to go into the cave of chemicals. Right here. I'm going to keep it away so you can't see the combination. Alright, unlocked it. Alright, this is fun. So we're going to go in here. We're going to steal some of Dad's chemicals. Alright. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to steal some chemicals. Alright. Oh gosh, that's crazy. In case you didn't know, in the summer, what you have here is a bucket of chlorine, but with heat, chlorine gas is released from the trichlor tablets. This is just your general trichlor tablet, what you normally find like at a store, like a pool store, or like Leslie's or something. This is chlorine stabilized tablet with chlorine stabilizer. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this out. And so that I don't steal it, we're going to put this in the chlorinator for my dad. Alright, so I'll see you in a second. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chlorine tablet here, we're going to break it down. I just need a little bit like this. It's actually going to be fine right here. Take a couple of these pieces. I'm going to save this, put that in, brush that off like it never happened. And what we're going to do is going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to crush it into our pool. We're going to see what happens with this. If after a few days, maybe even as soon as tomorrow morning, we see any kind of a change in the color of this, we know that it was caused from algae. And that'll help us kind of revise our theory and help me look a little bit less like an idiot. So here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and crush this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and stirred it and mixed it up pretty well. So now we're just going to have to wait, see what happens. Right, so let's look at our little pools here. See, okay, so you can see I was wrong in my theory in assuming that distilled water wouldn't grow algae. You can actually see little floaters in there. Yeah, so the chlorine killed basically everything inside this one. So what that means is that there actually was algae. And I think what happened was when I added the dirt to this, I consequently added phosphates as well. And that produced a environment suitable for algae growth. You can see from the distilled water there's not a trace of algae. So that confirms that with distilled water you're not going to get a lot of algae growth, but in this instance phosphates were still added, and that's what you would see too in a regular pool with dirt flying into the pool or animals getting into the water. You would see phosphates added to the water, and that's what lets the algae grow. You can see that the chlorine completely neutralized this water. It looks like the dead marshes in there. So. Alright, so that's our experiment.